Hi there, Anna. Sorry for not posting another video earlier. I'm going to have to learn how to keep a schedule for these things, but that will come with time. And eventually, I'll be able to do so. Until then, you just really need to start guilting me into, following through and making them. Because I am very lazy and very bad at keeping up with my projects. I do like this though, and I want to continue. As you're saying about the witch hunts, it's actually a topic I find interesting. There are a few facts about the witch hunts which I don't know. I just wanted to say, like, for example, did you know that the witches were actually almost never burned? They were almost exclusively hung or drowned, and the burning actually came later because it sounds better, but it wasn't what they did at the time. Second of all, for the witch trials, basically how they do them, or one of the ways they've done them, was by taking the witches, tying them up to blocks of stone, and dropping them in the water. Because if they survived, then they were a witch. But if they drowned, they were human. So they'll be dead, but the important thing is that we know. On a completely separate note, I look silly because of the lighting. I think my hat is causing my eyes to be in shadow, making me look like a bandit. Do I look like a bandit? Do I look like I will steal things? I will steal things. Now, as for what we're doing wrong, this generation, that people will look back and, judge us for, I think probably the thing we're doing that's gonna be the biggest problem in the future is the stuff we're doing about global warming. Because even though we're aware, we're really not doing what we need to stop it. Humans can only do so much. Not humans, but like individuals. For example, if you took all of the population of Canada and you just made it poof, gone. That means no cars, no lights, none of that. It would only end up lowering our carbon emissions by about 17%. The rest are all factories. And Canada's really not one of the worst when it comes to these things. There are other countries like China which are doing a lot worse and allowing the factories to work under much more poorly designed conditions, and they are going in such a way that we can't really stop them, unless we start changing the laws around how companies have to run. And that's really what we should be doing, because, as much as turning off your lights helps and carpooling helps, which it's always very good to do. Remember, it's important to do those things. It can only help so much, and we really need to start doing more if we're going to start fixing it. The thing is, we won't. Our economy won't allow it. So we know what we need to do. But yeah, we're refusing to do so. And I imagine that in the future, that's what our descendants are going to think of us. Like, that's what they're going to look back and see that we were doing wrong. Which is an unfortunate thought. On the other hand, I'm hesitant to call us the first who's aware of what we're doing wrong. I always find it kind of hard to believe that the people in the past who did things like, slavery, or in this case burning witches, had no idea that what they were doing was wrong. I think it's just very easy to get sucked into something, especially if there are people who are telling you that it's the right thing, and if everyone's going along with it. I think it's difficult to kind of break free of that. And so, well, not everyone, knew what was happening. I'm sure there were people back in the witch burnings who knew what they were doing was wrong and that the people weren't witches. But as a whole, I think they probably just went with it. It's kind of the same reason we do keep doing the stuff we're doing to the environment. It's because it's easy. It's because if we were to stop, we would be sacrificing a large amount of our lives. And quite frankly, it's hard, and we don't have the patience to do something that difficult. not to mention the whole fact that back when it was the witch burnings and things like that, if you stood up for the witches, you get their fate. So they even had a better reason than us to go along with what they were doing. It's a really distressing thought that we're doing all this not because we have to, not because someone's forcing us, but because it's easy, and because we don't want to, put in the effort to make a change. And when you think about it like that, it seems a lot harder to condone the way we act. Because when it comes down to it, we don't have that good a reason. It's just difficult. Well, on the topic of doing things without, knowing why we're doing them, there's been something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and that's been advertising. I've been thinking about advertising, well, it came onto my mind largely because the other day I was going to Tim Hortons. Yes, for anyone watching this in the future, we live in Canada. We have Tim Hortons and snow in April. It's okay. But anyway, I was going to Tim Hortons and I decided to get a tea which tasted remarkably like a poppy seed lemon muffin. But anyway, tea nonetheless. And I want to buy a small tea. And I'm about to do so, and the lady comes up to me and she says, "Oh, would you like to buy a medium instead? We have the roll-up to rims promotional thing going on right now." Of course, like any good Canadian, I say, yes, I definitely want to roll up the rim, because if I roll up the rim, I might win. I might win another coffee, or a donut, or even a car. And so I size up, I get a medium. And on the walk home, by the way, I didn't win anything with my roll-up, I got a please try again. But on my walk home, I was thinking about what I had just done, and really, without thinking about it, without hesitating, I got something I didn't want. I had wanted something a lot smaller. I came in looking for a small tea, and just because of this promotion, which I got nothing out of, I got something bigger. And I don't know, I felt kind of manipulated, because clearly that's a good marketing strategy. And all around us, especially with this roll-up to rim thing, we're getting controlled by these promotional things in ways that we don't really have much, thought or control over. Well, yeah, if they're controlling us, we don't have much control over them. But anyway, and it's just an interesting thing how easy we are to manipulate. How I can go from wanting one thing to buying something completely different just for the chance I might win another coffee or a donut. And that's a chance. And clearly Tim Hortons is going to be raking in the dough from people wanting to play. It's interesting why we're so attracted to gambling. What are your views on marketing and gambling and the connection between the two? I want to hear what you have to say. Anyway, have a nice day, Anna. I'll see you later.